Learn to detach from people's situations with Stoic wisdom. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Welcome to a journey where ancient Stoic wisdom meets the challenges of our modern lives. Today we explore the art of detachment from people and situations, a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. Originating from the heart of Greece, Stoicism teaches us the power of inner calmness, guiding us to distinguish between what we can control and what we cannot. In this video, we delve into practical Stoic strategies to gracefully distance ourselves from external turmoil, empowering you to navigate life's complexities with a serene and resilient spirit. To distance yourself from that person temporarily. In the journey of life, we often find ourselves entangled in situations or with people that disrupt our inner peace. Stoicism, a philosophy that has stood the test of time, offers a profound approach to dealing with such challenges. It teaches us the art of detachment, not as a means of avoidance but as a path to clarity and wisdom. Imagine you're facing a situation that's causing turmoil within you. The Stoic way begins with a simple yet powerful step. Take a temporary step back from the person or situation. This isn't about shunning or escaping, but rather about gaining a clearer perspective. It's a moment to prevent our emotions from clouding our judgment and leading us astray. Cicero, a revered Stoic philosopher, in his letters to Lucilius, emphasized the importance of this retreat for self-reflection. He advised, "Retreat into your own mind often. Associate with those who bring out your best and welcome those you can uplift." This wisdom is a reminder of the mutual growth that comes from introspection and positive associations. It's about taking a moment to ponder over your current emotional state and the situation at hand. Stoicism empowers us with the understanding that we have the ability to control our reactions. By stepping aside, we give ourselves the chance to respond consciously rather than react impulsively. This is a time for solitude, a period to meditate on your feelings and thoughts. Seneca, another Stoic sage, aligns with this view, stressing the importance of self-understanding in managing our emotions. Our emotions, Stoicism teaches, are transient like the weather. They ebb and flow. By stepping back, we allow the emotional tempest to calm, paving the way for clearer decision-making. This isn't about fleeing from our problems, but about pressing pause to find tranquility amidst turmoil. When life becomes overwhelming, our emotions can often lead us astray. A brief respite, perhaps a walk or some quiet time alone, can significantly clear the mind. In this newfound calm, decisions can be made with logic and reason, not solely on the whims of our feelings. The aim here is to seek a peaceful haven for reflection, not to escape, but to gain a deeper understanding. As you contemplate this detachment, consider whether maintaining some distance is necessary for your well-being. Remember, in the words of the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, we cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. In this choice lies your power and your path to serenity. Think carefully about if it's a smart and ethical decision. In the pursuit of a life marked by serenity and resilience, Stoicism offers a guiding light, especially when it comes to the art of detachment from people and situations that may not align with our path to eudaimonia or the flourishing of moral goodness. Stoicism, a philosophy deeply rooted in logic and virtue, teaches us to embrace oikeiosis, the natural inclination towards goodness and harmony in relationships. However, it's crucial to discern which connections foster our moral growth and which hinder it. The wisdom of Stoic philosophers like Epictetus, who triumphed over his chains of slavery through inner freedom, is particularly enlightening here. He urges us to examine our relationships with a critical eye. Consider the people in your life. Do they nurture your moral growth and contribute positively to your well-being? Stoicism doesn't perceive stepping away from toxic or detrimental relationships as a weakness. Rather, it's a testament to wisdom and strong character. Picture yourself in a social setting where a friend's behavior clashes with your values. Stoicism doesn't just advocate for choosing good friends, it also encourages us to continually evaluate our existing relationships. Ask yourself, does this person's presence in my life foster my improvement and happiness, or does it bring unnecessary complexity? This is akin to assessing whether a friend is a nurturing rain that helps your inner garden flourish or a destructive storm wreaking havoc. The Stoic approach isn't about harsh judgment or evasion, but about making emotionally and intellectually healthy choices. It's about surrounding ourselves with people who are akin to sunshine for our souls, aiding in our personal and moral development. Imagine each friend as a plant in your garden. Nurturing them leads to growth, while neglect leads to decay. Assess whether those around you are nourishing or detrimental to your growth. Incorporating a quote from Marcus Aurelius, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This encapsulates the Stoic belief in focusing on our internal reactions rather than external circumstances. By applying this wisdom to our relationships, we make choices that enhance our lives, including the people we choose to associate with. In today's fast-paced world, where relationships can often become complex and challenging, this Stoic wisdom serves as a beacon, guiding us towards a life of virtue, tranquility, and fulfillment. Talk to someone you trust. In your journey through life, Stoicism teaches us the art of detachment, not just from people and situations, but also from the overwhelming grip of our emotions. It's like navigating a ship in turbulent waters. You need both strength and wisdom. Stoicism doesn't mean you should sail this journey alone. We are, by nature, social beings, and the support and advice from those we trust are like the stars guiding us through the night. Seneca, a beacon of Stoic wisdom, emphasized the importance of friendship in living a virtuous life. He likened consulting a friend to looking into a mirror, reflecting your deepest thoughts and feelings. This is not just therapeutic, it offers new perspectives and wisdom. Stoicism teaches us that opening up to others not only strengthens our relationships, but also our community, which is essential in learning to detach. Imagine you're in a complex game, filled with challenges and puzzles. Stoicism advises finding a trusted gaming partner, someone who can offer great advice, and share the burden of decision-making. We're not meant to face every challenge alone, much like superheroes have their sidekicks. Sharing your thoughts and feelings with someone you trust is like having a secret tool to overcome life's hurdles. Whether it's a friend, family member, or a teacher, opening up to them lightens your load, offering new perspectives and solutions. Stoicism also teaches us to set limits on our emotional reactions. It's about understanding and managing our emotions, not suppressing them. Be aware of your feelings but maintain control over them. This self-awareness is like having a compass on your ship. It helps you navigate through emotional storms without losing your way. So, dear listeners, as you sail through the seas of life, remember the Stoic way. Seek out your philosophical friend, your gaming partner, and share your journey with them. Manage your emotions like a skilled captain, aware and in control. These practices will not only help you detach from overwhelming situations and people, but also enrich your journey with wisdom and serenity. Remember, in the words of Seneca, one of the most beautiful qualities of true friendship is to understand and to be understood. Let this be your guiding star as you navigate the complexities of life, setting limits for our emotions. This isn't about becoming unfeeling or indifferent, rather, it's about regulating the intensity and duration of our emotional responses. Stoicism, as taught by thinkers like Epictetus, doesn't advocate for emotional numbness, but for a peaceful mastery over our emotional reactions. He taught that we can either restrain or moderate our emotional impulses. A Stoic technique, known as negative visualization, involves contemplating potential hardships and losses to mentally brace ourselves. By imposing limits on our emotions, we approach situations with a calmer demeanor, preventing our feelings from overshadowing our rational thought. Imagine your emotions as vibrant blocks, each stacking up to form a towering structure. Stoicism suggests setting a cap on how high this tower of emotions can rise. In essence, when life throws challenges your way, It's natural to feel and acknowledge your emotions, but it's crucial to keep them from piling up so high that they threaten your stability. Stoicism perceives emotions as these blocks, essential and valuable, yet potentially destabilizing if allowed to accumulate excessively. The Stoic philosophers emphasize the importance of balance akin to constructing a tower that's sufficiently tall to be meaningful but not so lofty that it risks toppling over. Visualize your emotions as blocks of different hues, each symbolizing feelings like joy, sorrow, or anger. It's about recognizing and accepting your emotions, but not letting them take over. When confronted with adversity, you might permit yourself to feel these emotions, but also consciously decide on a limit, much like building a tower that's not excessively tall. Setting these limits is akin to a builder determining the height of a structure. The goal is to be at peace with your emotions, while ensuring they don't spiral into chaos. Stoicism guides us to find this equilibrium, constructing a stable emotional edifice capable of withstanding the ebbs and flows of our emotional landscape. In the process of detaching, Stoicism advises engaging in open conversations with someone you trust deeply. This aligns with their concept of a philosophical friend, a confidant with whom you can share your innermost thoughts and concerns. Seneca, a renowned Stoic philosopher, underscored the significance of friendship in leading a virtuous life, equating its importance to possessing sound judgment. He recommended consulting a friend as one would a mirror, to reflect and exchange thoughts and feelings. Such dialogues are not only therapeutic but also provide fresh perspectives and insights. Stoicism holds that opening up to others not only fortifies our personal connections, but also strengthens our sense of community, which is essential in mastering the art of detachment. In Stoic philosophy, pondering the ramifications of distancing oneself from someone is a reflective exercise. It's about understanding that detachment isn't a withdrawal from relationships but a way to maintain a healthy balance in them. As Marcus Aurelius, another Stoic luminary, once said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice." In the context of detachment, this means not allowing others' actions to disrupt our inner peace, but instead, maintaining a balanced emotional state that allows us to navigate life's complexities with wisdom and serenity, thoughtful of what distancing from a person might lead to. In the journey of life, just like in a dense forest with its myriad paths, we often face the crucial decision of whether to maintain or distance ourselves from certain people and situations. This decision-making process is a vital part of Stoic wisdom, which emphasizes the importance of thoughtful evaluation and forward thinking. Imagine yourself in a forest, at a crossroads, with multiple trails before you. Each path represents a choice in your relationships and interactions. The Stoic practice of prosophy teaches us to be present in the moment, while also considering the future implications of our choices. Marcus Aurelius, a renowned Stoic philosopher, once emphasized the value of using our time wisely and not squandering it on fruitless endeavors. When you contemplate distancing yourself from someone, it's essential to weigh whether this decision will foster your growth and emotional well-being or lead to unnecessary losses. Stoicism isn't about impulsive decisions. It's about applying logic and ethical principles to carefully evaluate the pros and cons of our actions. Picture yourself in that metaphorical forest, with the person you're considering distancing from at the beginning of one trail, and you at a junction. Ask yourself, what might happen if I choose to step away from this person? This introspection is akin to examining the various trails in the forest, each leading to a different destination. Stoicism teaches us that planning ahead is like having a map in this forest, guiding us to make more informed and thoughtful choices. Moreover, in our modern era, where social media significantly influences our emotional health, Stoic wisdom remains remarkably relevant. It guides us in managing our digital interactions and the constant influx of information. By taking a pause from social media, we apply Stoic principles to modern challenges, ensuring that our digital engagements contribute positively to our lives. In essence, Stoicism isn't just about detachment, it's about strategic engagement with life, It's about choosing your path wisely, being mindful of where it leads, and ensuring that each step you take aligns with your growth, well-being, and the timeless principles of Stoic philosophy. Remember, as Seneca, another Stoic sage, said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." So, in your decisions about detachment, let Stoicism guide you to distinguish between imagined fears and real consequences, leading you towards a life of wisdom and emotional resilience. Taking a break from social media. In the realm of Stoic wisdom, the art of detachment from external influences such as the pervasive presence of social media is a crucial skill, particularly for men aged 30 to 65 who are navigating the complexities of modern life. Seneca, a luminary in Stoic philosophy, eloquently addressed the distractions that can derail a fulfilling life, emphasizing that our lives are not short, but rather we squander much of them. This insight is profoundly resonant in today's digital era, where the incessant barrage of information and the trap of social comparison can veer us away from what truly matters. The Stoic principle of apatheia, which advocates for emotional serenity, is particularly pertinent in this context. By consciously stepping away from social media, we carve out a space for introspection and diminish the external clamor that often leads to emotional turmoil. In heeding Seneca's counsel, this act of detachment is not about shunning digital platforms, but about prioritizing our inner peace and focusing on the essentials of life. Visualize social media as an intricate, sprawling puzzle. At times, engaging with it can feel as daunting as attempting to piece together a puzzle with an overwhelming number of fragments. Stoicism advises that it is beneficial to occasionally step back from this digital conundrum, to allow our minds to rest. This is akin to setting aside the puzzle pieces momentarily, enabling use to return to them later with a rejuvenated perspective and revitalized mental vigor. Stoicism underscores the notion that our minds, akin to our bodies, necessitate periods of rest. Navigating social media can be likened to managing a ceaseless influx of puzzle pieces, updates, images, news, which can sometimes be overbearing. The Stoic sages propose that taking a hiatus from this constant digital influx can help in maintaining mental clarity and focus. Imagine social media as a puzzle you are piecing together. When it becomes overwhelming, it is entirely reasonable to take a break. This is comparable to setting the puzzle aside for a while and engaging in alternative activities, such as a leisurely walk, immersing in a book, or simply enjoying some time away from screens. Stoicism teaches that such a break is instrumental in ensuring that our minds are not inundated with an excess of puzzle pieces. This approach is about judiciously managing your time online, akin to deciding when to engage with a puzzle and when to step back from it. It's important to remember that this isn't about permanently abandoning social media, but about preventing it from becoming an overly intricate, mentally taxing puzzle. The goal is to maintain a balanced digital engagement, safeguarding your mental well-being from being overwhelmed. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." In the context of social media, this means consciously choosing when to engage and when to step back, ensuring that our digital interactions enhance rather than detract from the quality of our lives. Prioritize your own needs. In our journey to master the art of detachment with Stoic wisdom, we arrive at a crucial step: prioritizing our own needs. This aligns seamlessly with the Stoic principle of self-sufficiency and inner strength. Remember the words of Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher born into slavery, who taught us the vital lesson of distinguishing between what is within our control and what is not. By focusing on your own needs, you're not just practicing self-care, you're embodying the Stoic ethos of concentrating on what truly lies within your power. This doesn't mean chasing after material wealth or external validation. Instead, it's about nurturing your emotional well-being and cultivating moral virtues. Imagine you're a sailor in the vast ocean of life. Just as a sailor must adjust their sails to the winds, you too must learn to adapt to the circumstances beyond your control, focusing instead on steering your own ship. This is the essence of Stoicism, the art of living in harmony with the natural flow of life. Let me share a story from the life of another Stoic philosopher, Seneca. He once said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Seneca, known for his practical wisdom, faced immense challenges, yet he remained steadfast in his Stoic beliefs. His life teaches us that our greatest battles are often within our own minds, and by conquering our inner turmoil we can find true peace. So, as you navigate through life's tumultuous seas, remember to prioritize your needs, not as a means to selfish ends, but as a way to cultivate inner strength and resilience. Focus on what you can control, your actions, your thoughts, your virtues. This is the path to tranquility and the essence of Stoic wisdom. In conclusion, my friends, let this be a lesson and an inspiration for you. Embrace the Stoic practice of focusing on your inner world, and you will find the strength to detach from external circumstances that are beyond your control. This is not just a philosophy. It's a practical guide to living a fulfilled and serene life. Reflect on the Stoic practice of voluntary discomfort, where individuals intentionally place themselves in challenging situations to foster resilience. This concept urges you to focus on fundamental needs that bolster your emotional stability and moral character. The Stoic axiom, "Virtue is the only good," underscores that true fulfillment lies in leading a life of ethical virtue. Epictetus, a sage in Stoic philosophy, captured this notion succinctly. He asserted that happiness and freedom stem from acknowledging a crucial truth. Our control is limited to certain aspects of life. This insight is vital for aligning our actions with moral excellence and attaining genuine satisfaction. By focusing on what's within our control, our thoughts, actions, and reactions, we empower ourselves to navigate relationships and situations with Stoic wisdom. Envision life as a buffet laden with diverse choices, some beneficial, others less so. Stoicism advises that in deciding what to incorporate into your life, akin to selecting items at a buffet, it's prudent to focus on essentials, much like opting for nourishing foods. Stoicism champions making wise life choices akin to choosing healthier buffet options. Stoic philosophers remind us that our true needs often diverge from our desires, urging us to choose what's advantageous in the long term, not merely what's momentarily enticing. Visualize your life as a buffet arrayed with options like friendships, activities, and experiences. Rather than attempting to grasp everything, Stoicism encourages selecting elements that genuinely enrich your life and foster long-term happiness. It's comparable to picking items that bolster your emotional and mental well-being. Contemplate what you genuinely require for emotional wellness and growth. This mirrors the choice of snacks that are nutritious and fulfilling, rather than just fleetingly pleasing. Stoicism guides us to concentrate on our actual needs, ensuring our life's buffet is more rewarding over time. In the journey of detaching from certain people and situations, Stoicism offers invaluable insights and practical advice. This path involves key steps: taking temporary breaks, evaluating the rationale for distancing, engaging in candid conversations, establishing emotional boundaries, contemplating the consequences of our actions, pausing our involvement with external influences like social media, and prioritizing our fundamental needs. Adhering to these steps aligns our actions with Stoic virtues, equipping us to handle our relationships and circumstances with wisdom and clarity. Stoicism, celebrated for its timeless wisdom, teaches that detachment isn't about emotional apathy but about finding inner tranquility and resilience amid the complexities of human interactions and life's challenges. Stoic principles serve as a beacon, guiding us towards a life characterized by virtue, wisdom, and emotional well-being. These teachings encourage us to find joy in the present, unburdened by concerns about the future. As Seneca, a renowned Stoic philosopher, eloquently stated, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." Until next time. 7 secrets to help you build progress and a steel mindset. 1. Always be the first to act. Whether it's starting a conversation with someone you secretly admire, or proposing an innovative improvement at work, People often wait for someone else to lead the way, to be the trailblazer. The reason why we tend to wait for others to act is simple. We fear rejection by society. Those with a strong mindset are always ready to accept the consequences of rejection, embracing the uncertainties that come with being a pioneer, as there is always a price to pay for acting on personal desires. Learning to be the first to take action starts with understanding the imaginary barriers that confine us from venturing into all fronts. Waiting for others to accept your personality is a classic example of these barriers. Perhaps you don't need to wait for someone's acceptance, you just need to be comfortable being yourself. Always be willing to experience. Most people want to stay safe, following the familiar paths left behind by successful individuals. We walk these paths thousands of times. Education and career paths are two typical examples. We choose to avoid experiences, fearing irreparable losses from those experiences. Quitting a job to explore personal desires seems tempting, but what if we run out of money and can't regain that position? Therefore, we never abandon that familiar path. The strong always find ways to give themselves new experiences, whether it's taking a year off or boldly applying new marketing techniques. They understand that creating differences in the coming time may bring unexpected results, but it will surely provide them with invaluable experiences that can't be learned elsewhere. And if those experiments fail, they are prepared with contingency plans to turn the situation around. Preparing for experiences requires accepting the truth that life's trajectory, like an arrow released from a bow, is a complete mystery. It could be a twisted path, regardless of our wishes. Instead of helplessly following each twist, we can create our own challenges by seeking opportunities to experience, no matter how insignificant. Right from the start. Always value failures. Throughout our growth and education, most of us inherently believe that failure is bad. We are punished for mistakes at school, and we hide our failures throughout our growth. We think that failure defines us. Therefore, after a failure, we strive to win and move forward. People with a strong mindset are not immune to the pain of failure. However, they overcome the discomfort filled with worries after each fall. The lessons learned from these are too important to ignore. Therefore, they spend time experiencing the pain and then prepare to counterattack, bravely and wisely. If you choose to bury your pain in a locked chest, never to be touched, you continue on without any baggage, likely to repeat the same mistakes. Instead, boldly face the failure you've tried to forget. What strength does it bring you? Identify the wisdom hidden under the cloak of discomfort, and perhaps, for the first time, you will be grateful for your failure having gained that wisdom. Do not pursue temporary satisfaction. In the hectic modern life, people always try to achieve success quickly. With resources and opportunities at hand, we chase instant gratification, from ordering a designer dress within 24 hours to receiving feedback from a team in a different time zone, or achieving high traffic for a new blog post. People with a strong mindset foresee that pursuing instant gratification is akin to plunging into a path filled with anxiety and disappointment. The desire for quick results nurtures inferiority complexes, as there will always be people who succeed faster, bigger, and more brilliantly than us. In contrast, a patient attitude towards timely rewards does not foster such comparisons. People with a strong mindset cultivate patience, whether they are marathon runners pacing themselves or sprinters. They remain calm and wait for the right moment to exert full force. Paying attention to your pursuit of instant gratification allows you to identify the root of everyday anxieties. Limiting social media visits and chats with friends is a good start to develop patience. The ding of a new message may seem exciting, but it's just a distraction preventing you from completing your work. Focus on opportunities, not limitations. Pragmatic people always scrutinize every issue in their work. We develop a defense mechanism, which is great for identifying potential risks ahead. However, usually, identifying these risks hinders our actions. People with a strong mindset see everything as an opportunity, not a problem. Therefore, when they start a new project, they understand there will be limitations, but they don't worry about them. Opportunities, always accompanying limitations. and the nature of these limitations spur them into action. Every time you bravely leave familiar activities to seek new opportunities, pay attention to when your mind automatically generates unrealistic barriers, focusing only on limitations as an excuse to turn back. This situation is like trying to accelerate while pressing the brake. Only by releasing the brake can you venture into new territories where thousands of dreams become reality. Be flexible in dealing with people. In interactions to emphasize our importance, we often choose an uncompromising stance and compete fiercely until we are the last one standing. This is evident in negotiations, teamwork, and relationships. We think this makes us stronger but fail to realize how suffocating this need to win can be. Strong-minded people choose to adapt flexibly to the times instead of stubbornly sticking to their views. They understand that being too rigid ends future opportunities. Moreover, when embracing opportunities, they don't think everything is a futile game where they must lose for someone else to win. They compromise to find ways to help everyone around them grow in the long run. To be flexible in dealing with people, first we need to control our desire to always be right, wise, and in control. Remember times when your mind is eager to dominate. Usually you lose flexibility, not because of the topic of negotiation, but because you want to prove your worth. Realize that you always play an important role, regardless of who you face, and you will open up many opportunities with your flexible approach. Always understand your own value. Self-worth is the compass for decision-making. However, we often find ourselves questioning our value. This could be when a colleague uses half-truth marketing tactics, when a client disregards our business interests by changing terms, or when a teammate makes us feel guilty for preparing a more successful meeting than theirs. We fear losing their respect and trust, so we compromise. People with a strong mindset are always gentle in dealing with others, but they never forget their value. They know where to draw the line. They are willing to abandon a relationship that does not honor their value. They understand that compromising and lowering their value is self-deception. No matter how attractive an opportunity seems at first, if it lacks a solid value foundation, it will not lead to a good outcome. Whenever you feel you are enduring in a relationship where your value is not respected, ask yourself if continuing to tolerate is a reasonable choice. Is the momentary hesitation in ending a relationship truly more frightening and harmful than enduring and suffering for a lifetime? Thank you for listening. Step into the world of Stoic wisdom with our video. Learn to detach from people and situations. Uncover the secrets of maintaining inner peace and resilience in the face of life's challenges, as guided by the teachings of Stoicism. We value your insights and experiences, so please share them in the comments. Remember to hit the like button and subscribe to Stoic in Your Life for your regular dose of philosophical guidance. Keep watching as we bring more content to help you integrate Stoic wisdom into your everyday life. Join us on this enlightening journey towards personal growth and tranquility.